Hmm. Okay, let's get started.
Yay, start.
Okay, yep. So you sleep and you dream much like normal people, and your dreams take you to many places. It matters not when you went to sleep at this point, but it does matter that you went to sleep at one time, and as you drifted off to sleep, your dreams were not as they usually were. If you didn't dream, you remember it, or you're experiencing it. It's a vivid dream, and it's not a one of those dreams you can control, but you do at least think that you're dreaming. Uh, you see many things going on. The a river in front of you, depending on your path, it may be full of dead fish or fire if you're a thaumaturge, but it matters not because in the center of the water, the lake that you're in is a watchtower. Uh,
Ooh.
and it doesn't look like yours, though. It doesn't look like the one you saw during your awakening. It's not specific to you. It's not covered in thorns. It's not anything. It's just standing there. It looks decrepit. It looks like it's crumbling even. It looks like yeah, everyone's experiencing this dream. You're all having the same dream, but you don't see each other. Sorry. It looks like it's decrepit. It looks like it's dying. It looks like whatever this watchtower represents is dying. And you may spend an eternity in the dream, or you may spend because it's crumbling. That's how the tower is dying. You may spend an eternity in the dream. You may spend a couple minutes, but sooner or later you find the flow of the water, the pull of the wind. You find yourself moving towards it one way or another. And as you reach the door, you are pulled into an awakened state. Not the awakened state you were previously in, the more normal awakened state. And you find yourself not in your bedroom or in your cardboard box or whatever else you want to sleep, maybe your desk, bar stool. You find yourselves in a theater, a decrepit, molding, ancient theater that looks almost apocalyptic. And you see others there with you. There are currently uh, 5 others. There are 4 other people besides you there. There's 5 people in total. Uh, would you care to describe your characters now for me, starting with Thomas Lecter? What they look like, you know?
Okay. Well, Lecter, he is a 6 foot tall man. He has very light hair, silver eyes. He also has anti-sequoia. His right eye is permanently dilated. He usually wears a green military jacket, casual, um, gray shirt, black pants. That's what he looks like. And also on his face, he has a scar, 3 scars from the war.
If your characters knew each other, you'd of course recognize them. I know Jester would recognize
Yeah.
Lecter.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe Nemesis or Invictus or Benny might as well.
Benny and maybe Nemesis. And I'm not sure for Invictus, but yeah.
Now, I'd like Invictus or Nemesis. Sorry, I'd like Keeper. Could you describe your character for us?
So there's basically this giant, just old man. He looks, maybe like mid 50s, possibly early 60s. He's all like ragged and hairy, and like he just is like unshaven, unkempt, just wild. He's wearing grubby, stained clothes, just kind of just like there are a bunch of holes all over them. He doesn't look like he has been clean for quite a while.
And as I've said previously, some of you might recognize him, some of you might not, depending on your experiences. Moving to Jester or Emmerich.
Jester is like kind of tall-looking young man, 6'3", something like that. He has short brown hair and a big beard and a lumberjack vest. He has a very country feel to him, and it's like, well, you can almost see something glowing on his arm, but something glows gently beneath the fabric of the tissue of his vest on both of his arms.
Oh, your character. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot Thomas Lecter's shadow name was Anubis because most people have their
Yep.
shadow name written as their.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's fine. You can keep it like that. I just forgot that for a minute. Had to look it up. My bad. And
No
let's
problem.
go to Benny, if you were done. Sorry for cutting you off, Emmerich.
No, I think I'm done.
Okay, Benny, or
All right then. If everyone is in theater seats, Benny is the one who is not, trying to struggle to pull himself up against the back of another one and get into a seat. He has thin, wiry blonde hair, nice bright blue eyes, and a staggeringly confused expression on his face. At present, as he was whisked away from restful sleep, he's wearing nothing but a dirty, sweaty white t-shirt and some boxers. After struggling himself into a seat, he will pull out a tiny little book and pen and begin to write in it, and announce out loud what he is writing. August 18, 19, whatever. Dream experiment did not work. No redheads. Saw Tower psychology course from freshman year tells me it probably means it's a penis.
well, now I got to make a new campaign. No. And lastly, Theta or Invictus. Would you please describe your?
Well, Invictus also has wiry blonde hair, although his face looks like it hasn't been shaved in a while. Kind of the stubbly thing, not long beard or anything. He's a short, pudgy man. He wears thin wire-rimmed glasses. He has a top hat and a grayish-blue suit that he wears with the undershirt with a red speckled tie underneath. And he's probably sitting in a chair behind where Benny would have pulled himself up, peering over his shoulder, reading the notes as he says them out loud. Oh, that's interesting. No redheads?
Yeah, what do you make of it? Maybe I'm more of a brunette guy.
I think it's more interesting that you thought that there should be redheads.
Well, I mean, that's what I was aiming for.
Interesting.
What
And,
about you?
Pardon.
Go on.
You would recognize that everyone in this room is a mage, of course. Even if you've had no interaction with them, you have at least the basest understanding of who these individuals are. And the location you're in, though, you have no idea. You don't know how you got here. You can only assume through the dream or some other machination. But you've also never seen this place before, no matter how familiar you are with the city.
Mhm.
This room, you don't know where it is. It's a theater that looks like should have been torn down. And in Gotham, places that should be torn down are usually replaced with vampire dwellings or mage dwellings or
just a new piece of construction.
Yeah, something would have happened to this place if it was in this state.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it once. If this is another kind of awakening and another kind of supernal, this one sucks. Where the fuck are we?
Yeah, they could have hired a janitor. Benny's gonna do the first magic of the game. And using his space powers in connection to his comfy bed, he will attempt to locate it and have a general idea of where it is relative to here.
You looking for distance or?
Honestly, this is more of a just, I want to kind of get an idea of where I am spell.
Okay.
If you want to say, like, it has to be sympathy or something, I think I can do that. Which would mean I think I just need to spend a mana for it, because I should have the reach if it's, like, 3 or below. So,
You should be fine without a mana for this one.
okay. So I will just go ahead and roll Gnosis plus space for this.
Yeah. Wait, that's how you pronounce it? Never mind.
That's what I kind of go for, Gnosis.
I say it Gnosis.
I always say Genosis, but
Exactly one, so it does work.
you recognize that you're probably still in Gotham from how far away it is.
Mhm.
It's a couple miles. Actually, yeah, it's about 3 miles to the northish.
Okay.
It's still Gotham, but you're definitely either in downtown or uptown Gotham, judging from where you're.
Right. Lower down or higher up, depending. Probably lower down, given the setting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the furthest I've ever sleepwalked.
Would you mind if I also cast a spell, just so I can be taught how casting a spell works?
Yeah, go ahead. Just,
I have a praxis divination. I would like to cast it.
Okay.
What steps do I take?
Praxis. So, could somebody help me out here a little bit? I'm really sorry.
Okay, what is he trying to do?
Cast a praxis.
Which
That just
Praxis?
becomes one of your yantras, doesn't it?
No.
Praxis isn't a yantra. No.
Okay, so it's just
It's
the
just-
context the spell is cast in, and you just roll normally and
Yeah.
expect to see if you get exceptional.
Praxis means you get exceptional on 3 instead of 5.
Yes.
Actually, and I would also like to add temporal sympathy to it. I would like to cast it backwards to when I woke up.
So you're kind of looking back into your own past in the process here.
It's for the future, but I want to, when I wake up in the past, I want to be fine about it, knowing that everything's going to be okay. So I want to divine the future and then send that divination back to the past.
Okay.
Have I yet blown
I
your
think that would
mind?
end up being 2 different spells. The first being
Yeah.
you
No,
cast the
one's an
divination.
attainment. Temporal sympathy is the attainment that I can then spend mana to send it back.
Mhm. No, I mean, like, the first part of it is you want to know what the future is.
I get to ask a question is what divination is.
Yeah, exactly. And the second part is you transfer yourself back because you're...
No, I'm not
dying.
transferring it back. I'm transferring the spell back. The spell goes back, not me.
You don't have to pay any mana to do that, and it's just if you're unchanged, so like if nothing really new happened, it will be you don't have any withstanding on your spell. It's basically for Monogai, it's on page 186 for Tombala Sympathy.
Right. So you, as the person, haven't really changed from the time you woke up to now, so you do have strong sympathy to yourself temporarily.
You haven't changed. I don't think you. No, never mind.
So, what do you need to know?
You mean what
Need
the
to
question
roll
is,
the
or
spell.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I need to know how to. I'm asking you to
roll
lead me
Gnosis,
through.
okay, man.
Oh, you need to know how to cast the spell?
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you to teach me how to play this game.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was unsure what you. Anyway, so you're casting divination and let's ignore temporal sympathy for right now. So it's how do I? And it's you're casting out as a praxis too.
It is a practice for me, yes.
Okay. So I believe I know how to do this. Because this is
Wait.
Session 1, man. This is where we all learn everything that we're going to be knowing by the back of our hand in Session 10.
Dear God, I hope so.
Theta, before you cast your spell, you need to choose how many potency you want your spell to have.
Oh, you choose? I thought that was a result of the roll. See, this is why I'm asking.
No, you choose. Basically, if you choose to increase your potency, you penalize your spell casting. Like every time you want another dot of potency, you penalize your spell casting by 1, but you get to ask more questions on your rolls.
Oh, I only have one question, so I only need potency 1, right?
Right, but
Yeah.
you also lose potency according to the withstand of your temporal sympathy.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any withstand, so it doesn't lose anything.
So I only need
And-
potency 1 then.
Nah. So
If the
Okay.
if the primary
Um,
factor is potency, you can increase that by the amount, by your Arcanum dots -1, meaning you can ask more questions.
Right, and I have 3 Arcana in this.
So you'll get to ask like 3 questions total.
Well, you said -1, so that'd be 2 questions.
Well, you move it down. So by default, it's potency 1. You can move it down 2 steps on the potency chart, meaning it's potency 3.
Oh, at no cost or
Yes.
No
modifier?
cost.
Okay.
Because you are a time 3 mage and you're cool like that.
Okay, so potency 3.
Yep.
Next step.
So you have potency 3. You can
You definitely have the reach to do temporal sympathy, or I don't think you even need to put reach.
If
No, you don't
Keeper
even
was
think
just
to do
saying
something.
something, I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
you can spend a reach to cast it in 1 turn. Otherwise, you're going to take like 3 hours.
Yeah, no, I
to
assumed.
Yes.
Yeah. But I have like 2, 3 free reach, right?
well, you have 1 free reach for meeting the requirement, and
It's a
1
1
free
dot
reach,
Arcana, and as I
How many
So you have
time you have?
3 free reach.
yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
yes, you do have free reach.
So I'll use 1 reach to cast it as an instant, and 1 reach to ask a more specific question, because I have free reach, so why not? And that's
Yep.
it.
Just need
Cool.
to roll now.
And that roll is
Gnosis plus Arcanum. Plus Yantra if you want to.
Yeah, if you had any and you spent turns using it.
I have to spend a
Yeah.
turn to use a Yantra.
Yes,
Some
generally.
Yantra, not all of them.
What about
If
your
you use
personal
more than-
tool?
If you use more than 1 Yantra, it increases 1. It adds 1 turn to the quick
Not
casting
necessarily.
time.
Not necessarily. No.
But would it
But
be,
yeah, well,
if you use
My
your
understanding
personal
of it
tool?
was that if you do it just instant, it is reflexive and instant because magic doesn't require anything. If you want to start waving around a piece of paper or saying stuff or doing cool martial arts, generally it takes part of an action to do that.
Like for some, it says you can add this as a reflexive Yantra.
Right.
Well,
and those
hey-
would be the specific exceptions.
and you can use your dedicated tool as a buff tool too. So
That's what I'm trying to ask. Sometimes I don't know if you guys can hear me now, because I start asking a question and you instantly start talking over me. So, the
but-
dedicated tool I can use right now, or no, because it'll take longer.
no, you don't. You can use it right now. It won't take longer.
What about
It's
high
just
speech?
+1. High speech do take longer because you have 2 words to speak.
You chose to have a higher Gnosis, right?
Yeah, so I have
Oh,
Gnosis
yeah, you
3.
can.
I believe you can
Hmm.
have up to 3 Yantra total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is your temporal sympathy Yantra. You have a personal connection to yourself, and that is your representation of yourself. That's what you're using for time sympathy. One can be dedicated tool. One could be something else.
Right, but you're saying high speech takes longer, so I can't use that.
You can just take-
then-
You can take
So-
18 seconds and cast the spell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it just
not like
takes
we
longer
are.
in combat.
Well,
I
despite
don't
all
think
of
so,
this this part of this game taking this long. I'm not trying to make the in-character part take long.
Oh
It
yeah.
would take like 15 seconds.
Sure, whatever. So, personal tool is 1 bonus, and then high speech is 2.
Maybe.
Well, on mine it says 2, so I'm assuming it's base
So,
2.
yeah.
High speech will generally add 2, and you end up speaking weird.
And what's that temporal one you're talking about?
Temporal sympathy.
Yep, that is the requirement for doing it, and you don't get a bonus from it. You just get the capacity to do
It's
it.
yourself.
Oh, okay. So,
And
okay.
you have to use it to use your attainment,
Mhm.
basically. So it basically takes one slot of yantra from you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's an exceptional.
Which I believe
Yeah.
also gives me an arcane beat.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Just making sure. Like I said, once I get this stuff figured out, I will not be asking any more questions.
Trust me, we'll never figure it out.
Okay.
I thought I understood it.
So my first question that I'll be sending back to myself for when I wake up.
Mhm.
Am I safe if I stay here?
Yes.
Second question. Will I meet whoever put me here?
Yes.
Guys, we're gonna be okay.
If those are your questions that you're going to ask. Because I have something that I wanted to do.
Is this homeless guy a jerk? Will he be a jerk to me?
I want to do
Irrelevant.
something too.
Ask again later.
Yeah, it does say things will come back irrelevant. But only if I don't know that.
Okay.
And of course, this is the spell that you said you are sending it backwards in time to give yourself the answers.
Yep.
As soon as we wake up, we immediately already feel active magic happening because it is not concealed and it is pointed straight at Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm also going to do a quick thing. So the homeless man, or apparently homeless man, stands up and kind of just gets like does like some strange breathing exercise, and so now I'm going to cast a prime 1 spell to help me sense any magic that might be happening, and I can add +5 dice to my roll due to the adamant hand merit.
It's
Which
only in
allows-
combat.
Does it say that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Hold
It's a yantra reflex you can use in combat. So, merits.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm just fine then. I'll just cast
Yep.
it. Okay, whatever. Then I don't add 5 to that, which is fine. But I'm still going to use a. There's not really anything else I can use, so I'm just going to start. So he just begins muttering to himself in high speech, just something. So I roll. So this is a potency 2 prime knowing spell that has an advanced scale, meaning the area of effect is a large house or building. So I roll 6 dice for that. So Gnosis Prime. Two. I got a success.
Okay. Trying to remember what that spell does. Trying to look it up.
I'm basically just trying to sense any supernal magic that's happening right now.
Oh, well, besides what
Besides the thing that's just happening behind me.
besides what Alexander is doing, there is no evident supernal magic located in.
Wonderful.
Okay, my turn. I want to use Mage Sight. mage sites. Words. So I want to use my mage site to locate life, spirits, and pay a point of mana to locate prime phenomena in my vicinity. Like if
Oh my
everything is
gosh, there's one
concealed.
happening right next to you from one
Yeah,
of your
no,
fellow
not,
mages.
like if there is an awakenate spell that is hiding or that is concealed, should be able to at least try to see it.
Pardon?
I'm using mage sight with
Right.
prime life and spirits. So if there are any spirits or life phenomena or prime phenomena like awakened spade, concealed or something like that, I should be able to try to see through them.
Yeah, you don't see any life, prime, or
My thing
spirit.
was Prime.
Oh,
My family-
besides,
Yeah.
pardon? Besides
No.
Nemesis, what Nemesis was doing, basically, and your familiar, there is nothing located here that fits that bill.
So my familiar isn't here.
Your familiar is here. Sorry, I forgot
Okay.
about them for a second.
Yeah. And there's no spirit in the.
Okay.
I suppose so would Anubis's familiar.
Oh
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
There
is
we go.
Gotham.
So we got a couple of them floating around.
Yeah,
Most of
they're-
us are completely unaware.
I can see spirits with my match, but
they fucked
Uh,
off in the corner, basically.
I have a question. Are spirits and ghosts different, right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that still.
The simple difference is ghosts are souls. Of
Nah,
the
They're dead
real
people.
they're just echo of the dead. They are not even souls.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
conceptually, just start from there and work.
This is a dream,
that.
right? As far as we know.
As far as
Then
you
he
know,
will
either
pinch himself and go, I don't know.
You've woken up from a dream. One of the two.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and do ghost summons to see if there's any ghosts around, if possible. Or wait a minute. Sorry, there's another one. What was that? There was another.
Well,
Wait. I was looking at a lower tier, as in speak with the dead, but there's no ghosts around.
well, you don't know.
Because I can sense and communicate ghosts in the twilight.
Yeah.
Or I can go as far as doing ghost summons, as in summon ghosts and tell them to come to me and tell me advice. I don't know. I just want to know if there's any ghosts here that can give information. That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
How do I do this? Do I
You
use
have-
speak with the dead
do you
or
have-
ghost
Do
summons?
you have death too?
I have death 3.
So if there were ghosts, you would at least see them with your peripheral match sight. You could detect them
Oh,
unless they're hiding. So
how do I do that? Do I move?
You
You
always
don't do
have
anything.
peripheral mage sight on at all
Yep.
times. You just have an awareness of supernatural stuff.
It would kind of be tingling. I'd explain that you feel an effect like you smell rotting flesh or you taste ectoplasm or
You
something.
feel that chill down your spine.
Oh, my favorite. Okay.
I haven't.
Speaking of, aside from his overactive friends, Benny isn't necessarily feeling anything like that at all right now, is he?
Nope.
Alright. Benny will just
Um,
sort of quietly get up, pull out a magnifying glass from his boxers, and start kind of looking around to see if there's any tracks of him being dragged in here or other people entering and leaving this room before.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry.
Two things. One, you guys do realize that was a magnifying glass in his pants. He wasn't just happy to see you. And also, you actually don't see a door. immediately. Just in the area you're in, like looking back to where a door usually is. You know, the exits.
Mhm.
This place is actually kind of a fire hazard, you realize, but that's for a later date.
You know,
Okay.
some people might call that conclusive evidence, but not me.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh,
stop screwing around. I'm gonna ask my familiar, Brother Oak. So, since you don't sleep, did you saw anything, or why are we here? Did you know something?
You two were. It responds, and it's basically you two were in your beds, and then you weren't. And then you were here. Yep.
Okay. Well,
well, at this point, Lecter wants to investigate the entire area, see if there's anything else he can find.
Okay. Investigation wits, I'd say.
All right.
okay. So, mm, just I will
Let's
look.
see.
Just I will look at all of you and say. So I don't know where we are,
Nope.
but when you guys are like ready to leave, just leave this place, just hit me up and I might know a trick to do that.
I got plenty of those too, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
Nemesis
But,
just kind of props his
And
legs up on
Anubis
the
found
seat in
nothing.
front of them and just goes, "Why would we leave? The show's just starting."
Because I was sleeping in my bed and I would very much like to resume this activity.
Yeah, there's just too much clutter for you to find anything here, Anubis.
yeah,
Same thing with me, right?
If you want to roll, you can.
Okay.
Investigation.
Wits investigation?
Yeah, that sounds.
It's definitely not a crime scene, is it?
No. Well,
Uh,
actually, yeah,
you can make it a.
Oh, it's
Oh.
good to know that we both have that specialization.
you could
Benny
consider it.
pulls out a roll of yellow police tape from his pocket, from his boxers.
Not from his pants. Oh, never
Kidnapping
mind.
could be considered a crime scene, but no, you could actually consider this a crime scene.
Okay. Gosh, I need to find that macro from earlier. That'd be nice. I'm just gonna roll 8d10 right here. Looking at 1.
One success.
Yes, unless you want to say his magnifying glass gives him an actual equipment bonus. It's official, man.
I don't- oh, by the way, you guys should have access to a macro now that I made earlier. I just remembered that. It rolls and then it tells you how many successes you get.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
have it.
How? Where?
Go to the little thing in the top right corner that has like dot line right next to
I
the
see
settings.
it.
And then click show macro quick bar and then
There
click
we
the
go.
little box that says in bar.
I got a button.
Yeah,
it's
it just
good.
tells you it's how many dice you type it in, and then it tells
not
you if you got
seeing
any
it.
successes.
I'm not seeing it.
So you know where settings is on the top right?
I don't have that.
Collection.
You see the
I-
two chat bubbles and then the thing that looks like a stack of pictures and the thing that looks like a
Oh,
newspaper?
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what
no.
he's talking about.
I'm on the sheet. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, yeah, I should have clarified. Um, but yeah, Griffin, you got one success.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you don't actually find the door. Well, you find where the door should have been, but
Mhm.
instead of a door there's just a brick wall.
I see. Case of the
And-
mysterious disappearing door.
But exploring some more, you do find a what's it called? A hatch, like on the stage, kind of what a magician would use to disappear in the middle of a trick. A secret door that slides open.
Yeah. Yeah, theater hatch.
Yeah, you find a theater hatch.
All right. And he will just kind of like tap it with his foot real quick just to make sure like it's not locked or something. You go, huh.
Tapping it with your foot actually opens it because it's a set to. You can theorize that might be how magicians would actually open it.
Mhm.
Tap, tap, open.
Benny will do that, see it swing open, and turn to everyone else while he's on the stage, spread his arms out, and go, ta-da!
Benny, no, wait, the floor might have it.
And do you guys investigate that, or
What, Benny's dead body?
Sure.
the hole Benny just created and almost fell in?
Oh, no, he said he jumped down, didn't he?
Oh,
No, I just tapped it and opened it.
Oh, that's what I was alluding to. I thought you just jumped down without looking.
Oh, that'd be
Here-
terrible.
Here's another thing.
Benny's
I can
drunk, not
actually-
stupid.
I can actually do. I can, using forces, give myself night vision, I believe. So that
Ooh.
is forces, initiative, forces, night vision, yes. So that is duration. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use a forces 1 spell. The spell is. I'm just figuring out using the tool, so. Duration. Potency 1. Don't mind me. I'll give myself it for a day. I'll spend a reach to make it so that the spell automatically compensates for any extreme shifts in light, because this would
Mhm.
make me exceptionally susceptible to that.
I
Meaning
believe
would-
with the reach you could extend the scale and just give us all
I
special sight.
could, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that because I only have 2 reach.
Oh.
And I'm
Oh,
also
fun.
going to I'm also going to use a dedicated tool to reduce the paradox.
If you didn't go over the amount of
Go
dedicated
through- yeah.
reach, you shouldn't paradox at all.
Well,
I don't
I
know how much life
did
you had.
because I did because I needed a reach to cast it instantly, a reach to
Ah.
increase the duration, and a reach to change the thing.
So
if I-
you're at 3 reach total, right?
3 reach, and since using a dedicated tool doesn't actually reduce the number of paradox dice to 0, I still have to roll a chance dice. So
What?
I roll.
Right. You cause the paradox, and even though it gets reduced, we're still rolling the chance.
Yes, so I roll a total of 4 dice. So roll.
I believe the paradox happens first, and that because that might affect your spell.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here.
Do you want a,
roll 1d10.
so you want just me to give you a boon that would give you 9 again on that?
Chance dice only succeed on 10.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Ah,
I just use the macro.
No, what in like the rules say that chance dice only succeed on 1.
Exactly.
Oh no, I'm familiar with that. I just use the macro. Ignore that success. That's not a true
Okay,
success.
so
Yeah.
I don't take any paradox, which is good. And I
Right.
now roll forces plus gnosis. That roll 4,
Emmerich was right.
2 successes. I roll an additional 1, so I got 2 successes on that.
And Emmerich is correct. You, being that the got a dramatic failure, the mage does not invoke a paradox. She gains a point of willpower, and the next paradox roll made for her in the same scene does not suffer the usual cumulative
No,
plus
for
1.
everyone. Once
Oh.
someone avoid paradox, it's for everyone in the scene. It's super. That's why
Well, I
paradox
didn't
is like
Yeah.
horrible.
You generally don't want to hang around with the guy who says, "I don't care about reality."
Yeah.
I didn't dramatically fail that though, so
No, the paradox.
Well, the paradox die dramatically failed.
Since
Well,
it was
you-
a
The
chance
universe failed to cause paradox.
well, don't you only dramatically fail on a 1 with chance dice either way?
is that
No. No.
I
you
thought
dramatically-
failing on a chance die is dramatic failure regardless.
yeah.
Oh, well then yeah, I guess none of us suffer the cumulative +1 paradox
Mhm.
penalty then. I'm not complaining.
And we could start throwing more willpower around too.
Well, don't we all already start with full willpower?
Indeed. Or well, unless Murder Guy says otherwise, right?
Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
what was that?
I'll start with full willpower. It's just the long
And since
term.
since I dramatically failed that paradox roll, no cumulative paradox penalty.
Yay! But you can see.
So
Come.
yeah, I can. So now I have like adaptive night vision and stuff. So I'll just cut. So I can see. I can also see. I can see in the dark. I can also see forms of electromagnetic radiation, sound, and kinetic energies, and allowing her to navigate without penalty in complete darkness. She can still see and make out details even in the dark. So yeah, I can just see in the dark now.
You see a well, I assume you go over to the hole.
Yeah, I go over to the hole and look into it to try to see.
You see a ladder leading down, and you see it's actually not that far down. It's about a little, somewhere around 7 foot down. And you notice that there's a door at the very bottom with light emanating around the corners of the door, like whatever's there is a well lit.
I'm going to begin climbing down the ladder.
You guys see a homeless man descend down a hole that Benny opened. Anybody want to follow him or gather around the hole, jump in?
If it looks like there's that tiny bit of light underneath the door, Benny's gonna feel okay going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Lecter's gonna go down too.
And okay. So as you get down there, you notice the door is unlocked. I kind of jumped the bird on that, but yeah, the door is unlocked. Open it.
Yes.
And that should probably show to you guys. Something should just pop up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What is this?
A room unique unto itself. The walls are covered with what looks like graffiti, some of it older than the building you were previously in, from what you can tell. The most noticeable is written in what appears to be fresh blood, and there is a finger on the table. A single finger. You can guess it's from a female because of the nail, but who knows? It might have been just a cross-dresser or somebody with a fake nail.
Can I roll medicine to try to tell how long ago this finger was cut off?
Yeah.
So, intelligence plus medicine.
Yes.
So I roll 5 because I have 3 medicine. 1 success.
The finger is actually about it's dried. I don't know how much it's an older finger, but this also leads into the end is near is written on the wall in what appears to be a blood fresher than what could be produced by this finger.
Whoa.
Whoa, who's talking?
Oh, Nell, you got some problem with your mic.
It sounds like you're sticking your microphone out of moving car window while you're talking.
Or inside a vacuum.
Need to save her from the hurricane, quick.
So Jack just kind of walks over and starts looking at this detached finger, then at the writing, back to the finger, the writing. This blood wasn't from the same person as whoever's finger this was.
Also, on the walls.
Is it better?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also on the walls, you notice written in what appears to be a white chalk, a child was born unto us. A daughter is given. Her name is Sinestra. Therefore, she must be baptized in pain and in blood.
Ominous.
Anybody want to roll occult or academics for this?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, we can all roll a cold considering. we get
Benny will
one
roll
die.
academics.
I have a
Teach
question.
academics?
Pardon? Yeah?
Can you combine spell? Can you cast the same spell twice?
No, it does not stack.
Okay.
And
I
spells
assume-
that give similar bonuses also don't stack.
Yeah,
The
I
one
assume
with
that
those
was your intent, but
Yeah, basically. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I was asking because exceptional luck lets you choose different boons and hexes and everything, so I was wondering if you could cast.
no, if you cast the same spell twice, well,
The world blows
one
up.
of them
Gotcha.
is getting dispelled.
So who rolled academics and who rolled occult?
I
rolled
rolled
I
occult.
I
And-
rolled
Let's go one at a
academic.
time then.
Yeah. Anybody who rolled occult would know that this is a bastardization of the verse Isaiah 9:6-7 in the New King James version of the Bible, and that Sinestra is a common word in Latin. The meaning of it is, but anybody who rolled academics would know that Sinestra in Latin means sinister, left-handed, or a name.
Well, it said it was her name. God, Benny, you're an idiot.
Inane.
I'm trying my
Her name.
best.
Like inane. Not important. That
Sorry, Benny, misheard you.
Uh,
Um,
the
Can,
chalk
okay.
also appears to be more of an ash than a chalk for academics.
I am incredibly curious about what happened here, and I would like to cast Postcognition. This will allow me a view into the past, and with appropriate reach, I can. It's withstood by temporal sympathy. I can cast it instantly. I can give it advanced duration so I can do it for the entire scene. I can do advanced scale so I can do this entire room without any cause for concern. Or actually a whole house. Would the rest of the theater count for that even?
I'd allow it.
Okay, an additional reach for video features. I can rewind, slow it down, do whatever I want with it.
One more thing before you do that.
Mhm.
There is also the image of a tower in a sea or a lake surrounded by a fog with a figure inside. The tower, I'm not even going to have you roll for this. It looks like what you've all seen in your dream.
The chalk tower here is also depicted as fallen, right?
As falling, yeah. It's crumbling. It's missing parts, and you can see that there's a figure inside, though there is not enough detail to determine anything else about the figure. It's less than a stick figure.
Let's see. So, continuing from here. So how much has the room changed? That determines the amount of withstand I have to mitigate.
So you're wanting to know what previously happened here, and how
Yes.
it's changed.
And well, I mean, like I'm casting the spell right now, and I haven't done anything to it yet. To determine if I can, I have to figure out how different the room is from now versus what it was before.
Okay, it's actually very different. I have to say,
Not significantly, or vastly different.
vastly.
All right, so I need to factor in 3 withstand. I already have 2 potency, so I only need to take a -4.
Okay.
All right, so I started 8. I'm subtracting 4, so I have 4 dice total. I am using a mana to do it, and I should be taking 2 turns, I think.
Why are you using a mana to do it?
Because temporal sympathy requires it.
Really? It doesn't say anything about that.
I was fairly certain about it.
Now it's
I will
Yes.
double check real quick.
That's the 2.1, right?
Yes.
You want some luck on that spell?
No,
It doesn't. It says it doesn't say that it requires a mana. No, yeah. Mage must be casting a spell on the subject as it exists now. Cast at sensory range. Use a sympathy yantra and spend 1 mana.
So 1 reach is used to
Oh,
promote
my bad.
to sensory, and then a mana is used. So I'm fine with using a mana for this. And let's go ahead and roll. Also, Theta, I
Yeah.
like the offer, but I don't think that normally works for spellcasting.
It does. I can use reach
Sure,
to
it
make
does.
Okay, so if you want to go ahead and do that first, and then give it to me, I'll take some aid
I
again.
just have one quick question. How much reach on a 2-dot arcana? How much base reach would I usually get in a my ruling?
If you have 3 dots for time, like I assume you do,
Yep.
you will have 2.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Reach is based off your Arcana rank, not based off of whether it's ruling or not.
Okay. Okay. So I have 2, which makes me use a boon to affect a spellcasting roll.
What does it do exactly? Because I have something
I
could
can
use to-
I can apply a boon or a hex of my choice.
Yeah, but like, what benefit does it?
Look,
Yeah,
man,
but
I'm just
that-
trying to fucking earn some experience. Just let me fucking roll.
You. It's a one of you.
It's one of my practice, yeah. That's
So
why
you
I'm
can
always
only-
trying to cast it. I'm always trying to give you a luck.
You can only earn a bit from some section, like from a praxis one per scene, like you.
I'm
if
sorry, you didn't
already did.
clarify. Start over. Start your sentence over again.
You can only earn a bit from praxis once a scene, like everything else that earns bit or something like that. It's
Once per
only
praxis or once per all praxises? Because remember, I have
once
3.
per scene. No, once per scene from a praxis.
That's what I'm saying. Per praxis or from all
No.
practices? You keep
For
saying
all
no,
praxis.
but you're not explaining what I'm
Alright,
asking.
me
All
clarify.
praxis. I explained it to you.
No, you keep saying a praxis. It's like I have 3
Okay.
praxises. Is it per like divination and exceptional luck, or 2 different ones, or?
All praxis. If you earn a bit from a praxis, you can only earn. You cannot earn anymore from this scene, no matter what the praxis is, or if you have over praxis.
Okay, that last sentence that explained it. Everything
There we
else was just trash. I'm
Alright.
still fucking
Well,
casting it though.
thanks.
Well, it's not my fault, man. Your accent sometimes is hard to understand to my American ears.
Cast away. One, 2, 3, 4. It
So I
definitely
give
worked.
you the 9 again boon.
Alright, so let's see if any of these turn out 9, and I will roll additional dice. 2 9s. I will roll 2 additional dice right now. Nothing more out of that, but 2 successes, it comes out a success. I envelop the entire area with a light shimmer of magic, and I am slowly rewinding it for all of us to see.
So you're starting from now and rewinding?
Yes, only visually, of course.
Right, of course. You notice that the room is, pretty much the same for the amount of time is a day or 2 at max, but
Mhm.
you notice a figure enter the room. About 2 days before. Hold on, just 1 second. The figure appears to. Well, this is the figure. I just gotta.
Okay.
And you guys can see that, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A masked.
Spooky.
Spoopy.
Yeah, a masked figure enters the room with what looks like they placed a finger in the room, and you do notice that the blood on the wall was already there, even though it appears fresher than it could have been if it was already there.
So he came back and planted this.
And
The viewing right here, right now, does it go far back enough to watch it happen? Be painted?
well, interestingly, as the further you go back, you start to notice that it's pretty much the same for about 2 to 3 months. Can you go with what? And then there's just dirt. There is nothing here. This room was not here.
Incredibly interesting.
All see this, right?
Yep, you just see
Yes.
dirt surrounding. It looks like the room just is not there anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a spell myself.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Can I? Never mind. You can go first.
Yeah.
This thing is probably going to be similar.
So I'm gonna use. What am I gonna use? I have multiple ways to do this, so. Actually, I'm just gonna use my mage sight again and pay 1 mana to. And 1 willpower to extend this for the scene, so I don't have to pay any more mana. Of Prime and Spirit to see if this place is like a Dismene or a Supernal Verge or something like this, or a Locus.
Nope, this place isn't. This
This
place
place
has not been affected by Prime or Spirit.
No, I mean,
here-
is it in reality magic? Is this place magic at all?
This place has been affected by magic. It is not magic in and of itself.
Okay.
Actually, Theta, I just thought of this. Sorry, your peripheral mage sight would start tingling now as you enter this room. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Guys, my spider sense is tingling.
I want to do something real quick. I want to try to sense that if the blood from the finger is the same as the blood on the wall.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a life 1 spell. Since life is not one of my ruling arcana, I have to spend a mana to use it. So, dude. So I roll 4 for that. And nothing happens.
Okay.
Oh, it's basically. But yeah, Theta, your spider senses start tingling as you enter this room.
Okay.
You hear, it seems kind of minor, but you begin to hear like a clock ticking.
May I do something?
Sure, yeah.
I just want to look at the finger.
It's a
I'm
finger.
just wondering if I don't know if forensic gaze only works on full corpses or can it work also on body parts?
Forensic gaze. That's
Does it have to be a full corpse or can I just look at a body part? That's my question on forensic gaze.
that's a spell, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have all these memorized, but there's a fuck
Uh,
ton of spells.
Yeah, this is why we'll approach and say, I'd like to cast this, it will have this effect.
Yeah, I love it when you guys do that. I just want to clarify.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to help out.
Yeah, it's just row.
Yeah, I have a lot. There's a lot to keep track of, so I'm doing my best to learn
Yeah,
as I go.
we're learning
Yeah,
together.
it's forensic gaze.
She determines the exact method of the demise as well as when it died. For each level of potency, the mage reveals contributing forces to the cause of death. For example, a mound found burned in the carn might have died from asphyxiation, but might have gotten in the.
Yep.
Would that affect the? Would just a finger work?
It is literally a piece of the body.
Yeah, I'd say it would.
It
Yeah.
could maybe very well say the body is not dead or something.
Yeah, you can try forensic
Do it.
gaze on it.
Yeah. How do I cast this? So
You're ruling. Sorry, words. Your Arcana in Death is 3, correct?
yeah, Arcana and Death is 3,
And your
and
potency is
my potency. Where is that?
It would be
Gnosis.
2.
It's 1.
No, not Genosis. Sorry. Yeah, 2. So.
Gnosis.
Is it Genosis?
is Gnosis.
No.
But is
Actually,
that what it's using?
Gnosis. Oh, well, sure.
Yeah.
It's
So
Gnosis Arcanum. So yeah.
yeah, Gnosis Arcana. So 3 + 1,
Okay, so
and you could use a reach too.
I'm just gonna click death and Gnosis sheet roll. Let's see if this is the right roll. Let's go.